more kills, may have been able to kill off the SCVs and this orbital command. So he has decided to just mass up these Vikings. Hasn't done much with them. Phoenix does not have a army that's in the air, so the Vikings' main use is not doing much right now. So he really can only get much from landing them. Terran moving in with another little attack of Hellions, but those Hellions are going to go down really quickly before they even, they may have gotten 1 or 2 worker kills, but did not do much damage. These tanks just take them out very quickly. Now we have 2 Hellions going straight into Terran's second expansion's mineral line, and they are going fairly unanswered at this moment. Because over here, Terran is, I believe that was a some sort of scouting, something floating. Fnatic getting another orbital command moving in there. These Vikings just patrolling around the area. Phoenix does not have, he doesn't have any missile turrets or anything like that to deter them, and whenever he even has to land his own Vikings so they don't get picked off by this death force of Vikings. It's interesting that he doesn't have a counter to it. He's just pumping out tanks, and his Vikings are just getting destroyed by this fleet of Vikings. They're just getting a completely free look into his base, so Terran knows exactly what's in there, moving in with his own force of tanks and Hellions. Phoenix going in for a medevac Hellion drop, because Terran now has 3 operational bases, very soon going to have a 4th. Terran having his own Banshee now with this protective force of Vikings. That Banshee pretty much doesn't have anything to prevent it from just picking off all of these tanks. Finally now a Thor takes the field, is going to be able to shoo away all of these Vikings, do damage to them, but they cannot retaliate. And now Phoenix can begin to work on his own aerial army. Has a Raven, really good with its point defense drones. Does not have the energy for it right now. Can only do turrets. Ooh, should probably not be pulled this far forward. Oh, yes, and the Raven goes down. That's a lot of gas wasted. All of these tanks are sieged up, and we are starting to have a line drawn in the sand on this map between these 2 heavily mech-based Terrans. Oh my, Terran has many of these Hellions that have so few hit points left. Phoenix moving forward, trying to harass, burn down another command center that's going to be built. Every orbital command center that is built adds a lot of capability to the player that owns them, because these mules give such a massive resource bonus that you could almost, if you had enough command centers with enough energy, you could eliminate all of your SCVs, and except the ones on gas, because mules do nothing for gas. You could eliminate most of your SCVs, all the ones on the mineral line, and just mine with mules. And they mine very quickly. You can drop them on gold expansions and mine them out with only a couple of waves of mules. Phoenix trying to expand now, but Terran trying to prevent that with some Hellions. Terran, with this mass of Viking and Banshee, has his own Raven now. His own Raven to protect these Vikings for when something that is actually anti-air comes. Phoenix getting another Thor. I'm not sure where he lost his. I think his other Thor might have been lost somewhere. Possibly to this line of tanks. This line of tanks in the sand, stretching across Phoenix, trying to defend all of these expansions. Ooh, this Thor is actually going to get a couple of free kills because Terran is not moving his force away, and the splash damage is doing some nasty work to all of these Vikings. Oh, if he just... Oh, he doesn't want to move too close because these siege tanks would be able to fire upon the Thor. And now Phoenix is going to bring in his own force of Vikings with his Raven and their own Banshees. Oh, point defense drones go down. Those are really good against ranged attacks. The Thor down here. This is the army that's going to fight this line of tanks, this ever-growing line of tanks. Bringing in these Banshees are so good against these tanks. They can come in, snipe a tank or two, run off, hopefully before this kill group of Vikings come in, and then lure the Vikings towards the Thor. Oh, and there Phoenix goes. He doesn't want those SCVs anymore, chewing up his food, and he just sends them to die. Oh, and Phoenix is chewing up the sieged. Oh, he has to retreat though. He can't take it all. He was able to destroy much of the force that was sieging his group. However, there's still 4 tanks over here. Hellions getting 2 Thors now to finally take out the rest of those Vikings, and this one Raven survives. I'm surprised he does not have SCVs up here, because SCVs repairing all these mech units would probably help. He's finally getting some, especially after he just ran that line of SCVs right into the tank fire. He is currently very far down on the food count at 114 to 171, so he has to very quickly come back. There's still all of these units outside his base watching him. Oh man, all these Hellions. Oh, these Hellions are going to take down this Thor. They're going to... Oh, the Thor! It survives with 34 hit points left. Oh man, where are the SCVs? The SCVs need to be repairing that right now. And he is getting the planetary fortress up here, hopefully to try to defend this so he can get more minerals in. I'm sure both players are nearly, like, there's still some gas here in the main of Phoenix. Terran, still some minerals left. He has got, wow, 3 armories to pump out all of these mostly just ground attack upgrades. 4 factories here. And he did have an engineering bay, mostly just to build some missile turrets. Oh man, the siege continues. Oh, 2 Vikings against 3 Vikings is not going to work. Still, the Vikings giving sight to all of these siege tanks. Oh, and it's another Thor versus Hellions. Oh, this Thor, can it survive? Can it survive? Yes! Thor versus Hellions is Thor winning just slightly with all of these infernal pre-igniters taking down these tanks. All these Hellions so quick. The microing these Hellions just very well. And of course, Terran sees this planetary fortress. Phoenix could probably walk that Thor right up here, take them both out, or at least scare them away. Right now, oh, Terran in Phoenix's second expansion, going fairly unanswered. Then come in more Hellions, going to take the attacking Hellions out very quickly. Phoenix calling down mules. He's got another command center. I believe he had a command center here that was taken down. And Terran is not to be discouraged. More Vikings, more tanks, more Hellions, another Raven. I very much agree with including a Raven in pretty much any mix of units, because they are very versatile mostly with the point defense drone. You don't necessarily have to get Secret Missile unless you're going against a more biological force, because they do a lot of area damage, and one Secret Missile can absolutely destroy an entire army of Zerg. Oh, and Terran has gotten, oh no, is he gonna lose this Thor to this Cloaked Banshee? Oh, that's not good. And now this Cloaked Banshee is just gonna eat up all of these tanks. Oh no, this planetary fortress is probably next on this Banshee's hitless. And Phoenix leaves the game. He's tired of playing this this long line in the sand warfare. All the attacks going on his side of the map. Terran was free to expand to all of these areas down here. He has a superior economy, superior production. And though both players had a similar mix of units, I think Terran's superior force of Vikings probably clinched it for him, because they were able to give sight to those tanks, and Phoenix just did not have a response to them. So Terran knew exactly what Phoenix was doing all the time, could run through all of his bases unmolested. Phoenix did not even put up any missile turrets. Pretty much his only anti-air was producing a few Vikings of his own and producing these Thors, but these Thors are very resource heavy, especially when you start losing them to cloaked Banshees. Even though you have all of these command centers, he must have scans. There must have been scans available. He could have just scanned like he did. There were 2 Banshees there. He was able to take out one with the scan, but did not reveal the second one, and he lost a Thor because of it. And then it started losing all of those tanks to these Banshees. Probably some misplays, like when he lost the Raven at one of the fights in this area here. Just could not deal with the superior production of Terran. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed that game.